Well, we're here. We just pulled this out of this driveway back here. Got ourselves a donor. It's a 97 automatic. Got a problem with the transfer case or something, but supposedly runs. We'll take it home, put some batteries in it or get some chargers on it and see. It's an automatic, but it's 12 valve and it's beat. We don't care. We just want the motor. So get this winched on, get it home, see what we can, see if we can get it to run. All right, well, we got it on there. We're gonna get it tied down and we'll see you back at the shop. We'll get a charger on this thing, see if we can get it to start. Well, this is where it's gonna sit. We pulled it over to the shop and we put a charger on it for 20-30 minutes at supercharge and it doesn't even try. So I don't know if the batteries are shorted out enough that it just doesn't care, but it sounds like the starter motor is also engaging, but it sounds like, I mean, I can hear it clunk, but it doesn't even try to crank, and you can hear it pulling a lot of power when it does. So I don't know if the starter's shorted out or something. Like I said, we're not going to do much with this truck. This is just a donor. We needed the engine and it was too good. We didn't need the engine, but it was too good of a deal to pass up. So it's probably going to sit there for a while until the next project where we need a motor, or we'll probably yank the motor out of it, keep the charge air cooler and the radiator around. You know, we might yank the rear axle out of it because it's a 355 Dana 70. So it's got a few good parts in there, but the truck's pretty tired. I mean, the body panels are all terrible. It's definitely got the miles and somebody didn't take care of it, but we'll get that motor out of there or something. We'll figure out something to do, but I think if we get slow for a minute, we might pull that thing in and yank that motor just to get it out, and we'll have the motor sitting on blocks, and then we can get this thing scrapped or parted out or something. So stay tuned for that. Who knows what project it's going to go in. So alrighty guys, just kind of giving you an update where we're at. I've got old green. I've got a few things to do to it. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it, if I'm gonna keep it or if I'm gonna drive it this summer. It's pretty well done. I've got a few little things to button it up. We'll see. I might sell it to fund some projects, but it's definitely a fun truck to drive. Definitely turns heads wherever you go. But let me show you kind of where we're at. Obviously, you know, we're swapping that Cummins into the swept line for my dad. But me and Tim from Decent Garage, we rock and rolled down to Nevada a couple weeks ago, and we picked up the project. We went and got my dad's swept line a month or so ago, and we started swapping it, but then we rock and rolled down there to Alamo, Nevada. I got a buddy down there, Cord Higby. He's got a channel going. As soon as he starts getting some videos going, we'll post a link to him. But let me show you what I picked up. It's gonna be super cool, and the only reason I am considering selling old green is because it's a single cab. That's the only thing I hate about it. It's a good truck, good shape, runs good, gets good mileage, everything I need. But when it's time to take the family somewhere, it's a single cab. So let me show you what we got. This is a 1978 GMC Sierra C30, 4-door, 3+3, camper special, all of the good stuff. And this thing, it looks terrible, I know. This is all, we think it's vinyl stickers. Somebody put stickers on this thing and they just baked. I picked this up in Pahrump, Nevada, and we think that vinyl just got baked on there and pulled all that stuff off. But it's in very good shape. There is zero rust on this thing other than a little bit of surface rust. The only body damage I can see is this thing right here. There's a couple of small dings. It'd take me a minute to find them over here. Some of the seam sealers kind of gone. No big deal there. The hood got folded. Obviously, it's a square body hood. They were terrible to begin with. And this right here, it looks like it had a blowout or something on the front, kind of caved this in and tore up the inner fender there. Other than that, this thing is solid as a rock. The floors are solid. and it's complete. It's got the headliner still in it, has all the trim pieces we need, has both seats. I've seen people selling these for outrageous amounts of money with no rear seat. And listen to that, solid. It was a 454 truck. Let me see if I can open this one-handed. So it was a 454 truck and an automatic. Yeah, power disc brakes, hydro boost, air conditioning cab, all the good stuff. So as far as the swap that this is gonna get, I was thinking about a Cummins swap, but if I'm gonna Cummins swap it, it's definitely gonna need a manual. I'm not gonna put up with any automatic that Dodge ever made. So I didn't know what I was gonna put in it. So let me walk over here. I stumbled across this on the local classifieds for a super good deal because it needs injectors. And nobody wants to put injectors in these because unless you can do it yourself, it's an outrageous amount of money. And nobody wants to spend that kind of money on this truck because it's old and has a bunch of miles. So this is what we've got for a donor. I picked this up. It's an 01 Chevy Duramax Allison 4-wheel drive. Pretty decent shape, not terrible. It's got 252,000 miles on it, needs injectors. But I picked this up for a song because obviously it needs injectors and it's a job and a half to do, and nobody wants to pay that kind of money to put injectors in a 23-year-old truck with 250,000 miles. So, I mean, and it's not the greatest shape inside. I mean, it's definitely, you know, it's missing the lid of the console, seats ripped. But this thing fires up in the cold, runs good. I think I'm gonna put injectors in it and drive it for a little bit just to make sure it's solid. Yeah, I picked that up. So stay tuned for this one. I'm hoping to get started on it this summer. As soon as I get my dad's going, we'll get this moved in and hopefully we'll get some projects moving. Yeah, so hopefully I can get old green done enough to where either I decide to sell it or we'll drive it. It's got a few things that need to be done, but that's the newest project of mine. So we'll see. Hopefully this summer we'll get that on the channel and we'll get that thing Duramax swapped, and that should be a freaking runner. It's gonna be sweet. So subscribe to the channel for updates on all the projects we're doing. Hit that like button. We'll see you in the next one.